No, sir, no celebration. I just
No
stay
celebration.
home. No,
O-
no, no, no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. So we'll start. Yesterday we had like previous class we had discussed about that data life cycle and how to take the image, how to create custom image. So these are the things previously we covered. And today's class will start with the new one that is known as the uh, new topic is known as the S3. What is that? S3. Okay.
Sir, do we have the videos for 22nd December, 22nd, 23?
Old one.
Yeah.
I think it was expired. You are not downloaded.
What?
You are not downloaded that day 22nd video. December
Yeah,
22nd.
we haven't received one video. You know, the day you showed how to log in with AWS and everything.
I think you need
Uh,
AWS free tier account. How to create AWS free tier account video?
no, no, no.
Uh,
Sir, hold on. How to log in to EC2 instances. You showed many ways. Remember? How to use Putty, how to use Mobile Extreme. You showed everything. That videos we never received.
okay. I think
It was, I think, Mohsin, it was 23, right? 23rd or
I
22nd?
don't remember, to be honest, fully.
Okay.
it set a like expiry, like it will expire after some time. The link will expire. You are not
Okay.
downloaded that day.
They never send us. How do I download, sir?
Okay. I got it. I got it. That time I had not
Yeah.
recorded, brother. Actually, that time I had not recorded because of they had that time. Swapna, I think she was supposed to give. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay, no problem. Just
that
asking.
time actually what
It's okay.
happened is there is an issue is there in the Teams portal. Okay, Teams portal. Actually, that was not recorded. Okay.
No, yeah. It's
Then
okay, sir.
okay.
No
Then
problem.
then then she told me that record yourself. Okay. From next day onwards,
Okay.
I'm recording myself. Then I'm just giving my record and giving you recording myself only. And Sapna is not giving. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So next thing we're going to move on to the next topic is the S3. Okay. S3. Okay.
Okay.
S3 stand for simple storage service. What is that? Simple storage service. S3.
Yeah.
Okay. S3 stand for simple storage service. It is also known as the cloud storage service with the unlimited storage. Why it is given S3 name? If we check here, why it is given S3 name? S3 contains simple storage service contains three S. This is one S, S, S. Simple storage service means three S. That's why it is known
Okay.
as S3. Okay. Another thing is there, when Amazon started their journey, the first service that introduced was the S3. The first service was introduced by the Amazon was the S3. S3 think like that, like a Google Drive. Do you know Google Drive where we can store the online storage? Same thing, S3 also worked like that. Okay. When Amazon
Yeah.
started their journey in 2006, the first service was introduced by the S3. Okay. S3 stand for simple storage service, also known as the cloud storage and object storage. Object storage. Here, previously we had discussed about EBS, elastic block storage. Why we need a why use EBS, elastic block storage?
It's
EBS.
like it's hard disk.
Why use hard disk to store data?
Yeah.
The same thing here, S3 also we can use. Okay, it is to store the like images, videos, data we can store for the S3. The same thing like EBS, we go for the S3. But why you don't go for instead of EBS? Why you go for the S3? Because EBS will provide limited storage. What is the maximum storage provided with a single disk in EBS? It is a 64 TB. It is a how much storage you can provide for single volume? 64 TB.
60. Yeah.
That is the maximum storage limit. What happens if there I have a EC2 instance is there. Inside the EC2 instance, I'm running an application and I just storing the data of application data and user data inside the elastic block storage. Over the period of the time, it is filling. Okay. Then after that, we need to add another disk, isn't it? We need to add another disk. Or if you taken one disk is the size one TV had taken, once the disk is filled, we need to add another disk, or else we need to modify to the we can upgrade to the one TV to 2B other thing. Okay, so it manually we can need to attach, manually we need to upgrade which one EBS value. Another thing is EBS volume is a limited storage. The maximum limited storage is 64 TB, whereas S3 is a unlimited storage. Okay, S3 is a unlimited storage. Do you know Netflix?
Yes.
Next, how
Yeah.
Netflix manages the storage by using S3. Okay, Netflix is one of the major partner or client for the AWS. Netflix all services run on AWS only. Netflix runs on which cloud platform?
AWS.
AWS. How the Netflix manages the storage? Because of Netflix every day upload documentaries, web series, movies, and different regional movies and different Hollywood movies, Bollywood movies, like different country movies. Huge number of data like videos, documentaries, web series are uploaded into the Netflix application. Then how they manage the storage by using the how they use the manage the storage, because of if you go for the EBS value, if you go for this EBS value, then every time they need to modify, they need to add extra disk. That is a big problem. How will you manage every time? Like every time you need to add new disk, we need to upgrade the new disk. That is a big issue with that. For solving that problem, instead of storing the data in the EBS volume, they will store these videos and movies and documentaries in the S3. Okay, because S3 is unlimited storage. What is that? S3 is a unlimited storage.
Unlimited.
There is no limit is there. The how unlimited storage is provided, AWS will take care. Okay, background AWS take care. Whereas EBS volume is a infrastructure service, because of we need to manage, we need to create a disk, we need to attach a disk. But this is a not an infrastructure service, it is like a platform as service or a software as service. Which one? S3.
Platform
This
of software.
okay. Mere we don't need to manage that hard disk. The disk will be managed by the underlying hardware will be managed by the which one? AWS. AWS. Understand?
Yes.
Understand? So there is a
Yeah.
no limit
Yes.
for the S3. How the S3 uses Netflix is one of the example. The S3 is having a unlimited storage there. Brother, unlimited storage. So one of the example is the S3 uses the Netflix storage to store the data. See this?
I think you didn't put a space. I was thinking sinus.
Here, see this? Netflix uses Amazon S3 for storing the massive amounts of content like movies, TV shows, user data, profiles and history, metadata, leveraging the S3 scalability, durability, security, reliable, global content delivery. Okay. So why you go for the S3? Why S3 go for, sorry, why Netflix go for S3 instead of EBS? Because EBS has a limited storage. EBS is a limited storage. Understood? Whereas
Yeah.
S3 is a
Yeah.
unlimited storage. Unlimited storage. Another thing is there, whenever you add like data, like when you store the data, EBS volume is a availability zone specific. Means that when I upload a data to the EBS volume, it will store in the single availability zone. Okay. In this case,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't take a backup in the EBS, if you don't take a backup, any backup in the EBS, then data will be lost. If the data center like availability zone having issues there, the data will be lost. Data will be lost. Suppose I have a data is
Yeah.
there. I just uploaded data to the single availability zone. Because of EBS value works with single availability zone only. When I upload the data to this availability zone, if anything happens to the availability zone, like data center, the data will be lost because you are not taking a backup. If you taken a backup, no issue. If you're not taking a backup, what happens? What happens?
You lose.
Uh, but in S3, what happens here? Whenever I upload any data, like it is like object, when I upload any file, video or audio something, it will be automatically replicated to the all availability zones. Got it?
Yeah.
Means that North Virginia having six availability zone. North Virginia having how many six availability zones? Six. Whereas Mumbai having a three availability zone. Other regions having three availability zone. When I upload any file like one movie to the North Virginia, it will automatically replicate it six availability zone. Mean that it will maintain six copies. Got it?
Yeah.
Of course, it will
Yeah.
get a bill. That is secondary issue. But generally, what happens when I upload a object, or the object is nothing but a file or something like that, it will automatically replicate it to all availability zones. Mean that if any availability zone having outage, got it? Any availability zone having outage, then other availability zones are there. It will provide high availability.
Yeah.
Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas in EBS it won't happen. In EBS it is works with single availability zone only, specific availability zone. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Another thing is there. I have a one disk is there. I just created a disk EBS volume. That is a 1 TB disk I created. Then this EBS volume is attached to the instance. Okay, I just attached to the instance. Then when you created EBS volume attached to the instance, then I have not stored anything in the data. I have not stored literally. I have not stored nothing in the disk. But you need to pay for 1 TB disk only. Okay, AWS won't mind you that whether you are storing or not. Okay, well you had asked me AWS, you had asked me 1 TB disk, then you had created a 1 TB disk and you attached it to EC2 instance. Whether you are storing or not, you are I just attach a 1 TB disk. Then mean that we need to pay for 1 TB disk only. They don't mind you whether you are storing or not. Got it? When you
Yeah.
create a disk,
Okay. Yeah.
1 TB disk, then we need to pay. Whether you are storing, whether you are not storing, they don't mind you because you asked me to give 1 TB disk. I had just provided 1 TB disk to you. Okay, mean that whether you are managing or storing something, you don't they don't mind you. You need to pay for 1 TB disk amount only. Got it? In which one EBS volume? Okay. Whereas in S3, I just stored only 1 GB. That storage is unlimited. In S3, we need to pay for pay as you give basis only. I just stored 500 GB. You need to pay only for 500 GB. I just stored 1 GB. Then we need to pay for 1 GB only. In which one in S3? Got it? You understand my point? How the
Yes,
pricing
sir.
will be there? Hmm?
So
Yeah. Yeah.
EC2, they charge you for how many? Let's say you have 200 GB. They'll charge you for 200 GB whether you use it or not. But
Yes,
S3, they
yes,
only
yes,
charge.
yes, exactly, exactly. They don't mind you that whether you're storing or not. Okay. You need to pay for how much you are how much you created a disk. Whenever you create a disk, the pricing will be started. You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas in S3, when you store only, you need to pay. You don't need if you don't store, you don't need to pay. Okay.
Yes.
So here, basically, but I just explain you all advantages of the S3. Why don't you go for S3? S3 cannot be used for storing the operating system. Understood? System files and software. S3 cannot be used for running. Suppose inside the EBS file you used to run the operating system files and system file software, isn't it?
Yeah.
That cannot be used. S3 cannot be used for that one. Okay. Okay. So generally, and another thing is S3 cannot store the database. It won't support database like MySQL, Oracle. It won't support. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So generally, S3 is generally used for the like to store data like images, videos, content.
Files. Yeah.
Yes, that is only. Doesn't mean that it is to work on like system files and operating system and database,
Yeah.
and they won't work. Okay. Generally that one is limited, but this content is more. Okay, like images and videos are more. So that's why Netflix uses which one? S3. The S3. Got it? It is like
Yeah.
a Google
Hmm.
Drive. It is like a Google Drive. It is also known as a cloud storage. It is also known as the cloud storage with unlimited storage. This is the first service started by the Amazon. This is the Amazon. Okay,
Yeah.
understood. So all the companies like any web application like OTT streams, they used to store the data in the S3. Got it? So how the Netflix uses here? The vast library of video files from 4K to standard edition is stored in which one? S3.
It's true.
So user data, like user profile. Suppose I created a profile, like profile means my name, my photo, and my address. My information also stored in the which one? S3. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And metadata. What is the metadata? Suppose a description, nothing but metadata is there. I just uploaded a movie. That is the movie format is .mp4. MP4 is a metadata on size, extension, size, when was this uploaded, when was it was edited. What is the this is known as what? Metadata. It will store the metadata also. Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So we can integrate the S3. We can integrate the S3 with other AWS service like Lambda and EC2 and EMR for big data analysis. S3 works with either AWS service like AWS Lambda for processing data and also for big data analytics like EMR. Okay. Here S3 provide
Yeah.
the how much availability is there. You can see here the availability. How much availability is there? 99.99999%. They don't give the 100% because of if anything happens in future. Nobody, no company will give the 100%. It will give like 99.9999%. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay. Another thing is there. The S3, this S3 is a what? S3 is a object storage device. Object storage device. Okay, what is that? S3 is a object storage device. What is the object is nothing but a file. It may be image, it may be video, it may be data, and it may be code, Python code, it may be Java code, it may be HTML code. Okay. Generally, this S3 can use to upload the or to store the data like video, images, and code. Okay, code.
Yeah.
And here, this is the official documentation of Amazon S3. Amazon's simple storage service is an object storage that offers industry-leading scalability. Means that is no limit is that according to data availability, security, and performance. Customers of all sizes or industry can use the Amazon S3 to store, protect any amount of data. Range of use cases such as data lakes, websites, mobile application, backup and restore, archive, enterprise application, IoT, and big data analytics. Amazon S3 provides management services that can optimize, organize, and configure the access to your data to meet a specific business, organizational, and compliance requirement. Okay, this storage classes I will explain you. Okay, how the S3 is nothing but a S3 will store data in the form of the objects. How the data will be stored in the form of object. Okay, the data is stored inside a bucket. Okay, inside a bucket. What is a bucket? Bucket is like a folder. Got it? What is that? Bucket is like a
Yeah.
folder. Folder.
Folder.
Folder. So here, how many buckets can create in a single AWS account? Previously, like 3 months back, they'd have a maximum limit is only 100 buckets are there. The previous when they started from journey from 2006 from up to 20 this I think 25 September, they have only 100 buckets can be created in a single account. Right now from 2025 September, they had increased to 100 buckets to 10,000 buckets. Now we can create how many buckets? 10,000 buckets.
Before it was how many?
100 100 100.
Okay, now 10,000.
Yes, 10,000. No, 10, even
Wow.
though this 10,000 also can be increased.
Okay, okay.
Mean that if you send a request to the AWS, They will increase 10,000 to according to your requirement. Got it? And
Yeah.
each bucket has unlimited storage. Means there is no limit for, suppose I want where we can upload the object inside the S3 bucket, we are going to upload the object. Got it? And each S3 bucket is a unlimited storage. Mean that the objects, nothing but files we are uploading to the folder, nothing but container or S3 bucket is unlimited. There is no limit on the files and the storage limit. You understand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So buckets are 10,000. Even though 10,000 buckets are there, even we can send the service request to the AWS. We send the service request to the AWS. That can also increase. That can also increase. Got it? And each
Yeah.
bucket can upload unlimited of objects. Unlimited of objects. Okay? Unlimited of objects. Mean that there is no limit for objects. There is no limit for the object. Okay? Got it?
Okay.
Another thing is there, whenever you create a bucket, the bucket should be globally unique name. You understand my point? Means globally unique means I just given the name like my self bucket name is Java S3 bucket. You can't give the name because of globally
Yeah.
nobody can give the
Unique.
name. It is a globally unique. It is a globally
Global
unique.
Globally unique.
unique.
Which one? S3 bucket name. Okay, you can't give the name. Another thing is there. S3 can access in any region. In previously, I create EC2 that will be visible and available only in the particular region only. If you shift to other region, the EC2 won't be visible in other region, isn't it? Or it is visible.
Yeah.
EC2 and this EBS won't be visible if you shift to other region, other data center. It won't be visible. Whereas in S3 it will be visible. Okay, even though
Yes,
if we
sir.
create a single availability single region, but we can access any region, there is no issues there. The accessibility, the visibility is there for globally. In which one? S3. Okay,
Yeah.
even though I created a one S3 bucket in Mumbai region, still it is will can be visible in other availability zone, other region also. Okay, where also we can manage also, even that can also we can manage. Okay, got it?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Yeah.
S3. Okay, so there are
Yes, sir.
multiple things are there. Again, having S3, what is like storage classes and versioning, and have multiple things are there. We're going to discuss in the upcoming classes. In the upcoming classes. So then directly jump onto the AWS and we're going to create a one S3 bucket. Okay. Then there are other things are also there. We're going to learn what is versioning, what is the storage classes, theory in the next classes. Then first I just jump onto the AWS here. Then we're going to create a one S3 bucket. S3 bucket. How many buckets can we create?
10,000.
10,000.
Yes, exactly.
Javid Hacker. Huh. Hacker for free. Sir, my Gmail was hacked before.
Your Gmail is that you are not providing two-factor authentication.
They bypassed everything. I don't know how. Yeah.
Even though I am practicing the hacking, I am practicing the hacking. Even 2 years back, my Gmail was hacked and my amount was also someone else steal my amount from the credit card. I'd given the police complaint.
Wow.
Then
I don't know
trace
how
it
they
them.
hacked my. I
Okay,
used the Gmail from 2005, long
okay,
time,
okay.
but they just hacked it. I don't know how they did it.
You have two-factor authentication
They,
also. Huh?
I had that, yes.
Mm.
I also had the MFA, the multi-factor authentication. They bypassed everything. I don't know how. Everything.
Okay. Now you restored or not? Please send the mail to the Google T.
No, no, they don't help. It's everything is self-help thing. If you can't restore by yourself, the Google team doesn't help. The only time they help you if you have an YouTube channel.
Okay, okay.
If you
Hmm.
have a YouTube channel, they will help you to restore everything. But if you have a Gmail account, no way.
Okay. So where we can find the S3, we have a storage option in there. What is that? Storage.
Storage.
Under the storage, we have option in there S3.
Okay.
So then now you can check here. There are three buckets are there. You can check here. Three bucket, which was already created. There is Javed AWS and these buckets are there. What is the present region is there? North Virginia. What is the present
Mhm.
region?
Yeah.
I just shift to
Not
the
with
other region or other data center. I just shift to the Hyderabad. Why it is slow? Now see here. What is the region here?
yeah. Asia
Hyderabad.
Pacific Hyderabad.
Mean that it was created in which region?
Still available.
Uh, so whereas in EC2 won't available. Okay, if you create EC2 in North Virginia, it won't show in the Mumbai region. Understood?
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, I will shift it to the North Virginia. We're going to create a bucket. Whenever you create a bucket, bucket will be there in the private mode. What does mean private mode and what does mean public mode mean? That private mode is mean that the bucket which was created by you are the owner of the bucket. Mean that you can you have access. Mean that you are the owner. You are creating the bucket. Of course, you have a access. You can manage and you can access. You can view. Which is in private mode. Private mode means it is yours. Nobody can access the bucket. Okay. Then if you want, these objects need to be accessed from someone else, like other persons. If you keep the, suppose you have created a website inside the S3 bucket, then objects need to be public. If you put in the private, then other people can, who can access the objects. For that one, you need to put the public. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Public means no other person can also access. Whenever you create a S3 bucket, default it is there in private. Okay, understood? Bucket is there
Yes.
in private mode. What does mean private mode means? You can access only. Okay. Suppose this Netflix is there. Netflix inside the S3, they are uploading the movies. Then what happens if the Netflix people, the bucket kept in the private, whether you can access the content like movie?
No.
So we need to make it as what?
Public.
Public. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Default behavior of the bucket is that whenever you create a S3 bucket, it is in the private mode. Which in which mode? Private mode. Okay. Then we'll make to private to public. Got it? Even though another thing is there, even bucket is private and also objects also private. Okay. We'll make it objects also public. Then only the users can access the content. Okay. Understood? Now,
Yeah.
today's class, we're going to create a bucket. Here, just click on the create bucket. Create a bucket here. Okay. Now we can check here what is the region here. This region is a North Virginia. And there are two types of bucket are there. One is the general purpose bucket, second is the directory bucket. Okay. Okay. You have a general purpose bucket, you have a directory bucket. I just shifted to other region. I just go to the Hyderabad region. Can you observe here? There is another no option is there. In the previous North Virginia, we have a general purpose bucket and directory bucket. Can you observe here? There is no option there for directory bucket.
Yeah.
Why it is? Doesn't mean that all services are not exist in the some of the region. The North Virginia the first data center for AWS. Whenever they introduce the services, they're first introduced in the North Virginia region. Over the period of the time, they will introduce the in other regions also. In the in the Mumbai region, you can't create the other option like directory bucket. You have only one option is there, general purpose bucket, because it was latestly introduced. You understand my point?
Hmm.
So doesn't
General
mean that
purpose.
yes.
General purposes is newly introduced.
No, no. Directory bucket is introduced. You can see that this is general bucket.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the general configuration.
Mm-hmm.
The directory is latest.
Latest. Directory is the latest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does mean that AWS not guaranteed to have all service in all regions. It may be vary. Got it?
What?
It may be vary.
Say it again.
It may be not
Oh,
same.
very okay.
The
Okay,
region.
okay.
So according to one region to other region, the services may be differ, brother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is not guaranteed to may have the same service in other region. It may be differ. But generally 90% of the services are available like in all region. Sometimes it may be differ. You understand?
Yeah.
No guarantee the same service is there in the other region. Generally having all services are there. But some of the services may be vary. Okay, some of the services may be differ. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And again I will go to shift to the which region? North Virginia. Okay? Which region?
Okay.
North Virginia.
What is the difference in this general purpose and
I'll just list it. Wait, huh? Okay. You can see here. What is the difference between general purpose and this object direct purpose? Whenever you create a object, like when I upload the object, it will keep in the multiple availability zones. Which one general purpose? Whereas directory bucket will keep in the single availability zone. Got it?
mm,
Yeah.
Here, general purpose recommended for most. Generally, it is a general bucket. Whenever we create, there is no option is there previously. Recommended for most use cases and access pattern. General purpose buckets are original S3 bucket. They allow a mixed type of storage classes and can the objects are redundantly stored across the multiple availability zone. Okay. Whereas directory bucket recommended for low latency use cases, these buckets only use S3 Express 1 zone, which provide faster processing single availability zone. The data will be reside inside the single availability zone. Now it is clear to you.
yes.
So what is the
Yeah.
difference between general purpose and directory? General purpose keep the objects redundantly in the multiple availability zone. Whenever I upload the object, it will reside in the multiple availability zone. Whereas directory bucket only maintains the one availability zone. When what happens when one of the availability zone goes down, having outage, data center outage there, the object will be lost.
Okay.
What happen if we keep the object in the directory bucket? If the data center outage is there, then what happen? The object will be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it or not?
Yeah.
So whereas in general purpose bucket, it is having a multiple
Multiple.
availability zone, multiple copies are there. If any one of the data center is outage, there is remaining things are there, remaining five are there. They will provide availability to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're going to give the name. I told you to that bucket name should be always globally unique. Okay, you can't give the same name from across the globe. Okay, I'll just give the name as a You can't give the same name. You can't give the same name. Got it? I'm just giving the bucket name as the Java S3 bucket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Got
Yeah.
it? If the having any other existing if you have another bucket is there, okay, you already create a bucket, I need to copy the same setting to this bucket. I can choose this option because I don't choose this option. This is the first time we are creating. Okay, I just given the bucket name, and a bucket name is general purpose I created. What is the bucket name? General purpose. And another thing is there, there are two options are there. Basically, when you create a object, see this object is in private mode. You can see here. What is the option? This is
Yeah.
the bucket
Block all
private
public.
mode. This is the bucket is in the private mode. The default option is block all public access. The checkbox is there. It is in the which mode? Private mode. It will block all access to the objects to the user. Which one? Bucket is in private mode. And also there is an option is there, ACLs. ACL stand for access control. It is for the objects. This is for the bucket. This is the bucket private mode. If you remove this one, the bucket will be public. Will be public. So the default option is checkbox is this one become the private mode, and this is for the object. Which one? This is the ACLs are disabled means all objects are private. All objects are private. Okay. By default, ACLs are disabled. So what is my control
What is
ownership?
a
Yes.
what does ACL mean, sir?
Access control list. Who can access,
Okay, okay.
cannot access. Understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Suppose I created a bucket. Inside of the bucket, objects are there. That what is the availability of the access? Mean that whether other people, the third party, or other people can access the bucket or not. That is nothing but a ACL. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Here, control ownership of the object written this bucket from AWS from the other AWS account to use the access control list. If there are other people are there, they want to access the S3 bucket, we need to enable which one? ACLs. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
There are two options are there. One is the ACLs are disabled. Second is the ACLs are enabled. When ACL disabled option is selected, all objects in the bucket are owned by this account only. Nobody can do the modification. Nobody can access. You got it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. It will be private. It will be mean that inside this bucket, the objects can be accessed by myself only. Suppose I created a bucket, mean that I can access only. You can't access, and no other people can have a permission to access this object when you put in the ACL disabled. Got it?
Yeah.
When you put the ACLs enable, mean that there is will become like other people can also manage. They have an option that other people can also manage. ACLs are enabled. Objects in bucket can be owned by AWS account. Access to the bucket. Objects can be specified by using the ACL. Okay, ACL. I told that the default option of the bucket is what? Private mode. Okay,
Yes.
the private mode. Here I'll keep it as a ACLs are disabled. I will keep it as default. ACLs are disabled, and block all public also I keep it as default. Okay. Then I just click on
Mhm.
this one. Click on the. I'll just leave it all this thing. I'll explain in future all this thing. Okay. I just click on which one? Create bucket.
Great, okay.
Now created a bucket. Now created a bucket. This bucket name is Java S3 Bucket 1235. It is in the private mode. Even though it is private, after that also we can change to the private public. I'll show you that in upcoming classes. It doesn't mean that if you
Okay.
put in private, then also we can change to the private to public. So now the bucket is in private and also objects also private. You got my point? Even
Mhm.
though
Yeah.
even though objects are public, if the bucket is private, it is private. Okay.
Okay.
So now this is the bucket. What is the bucket is there? Java bucket 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is an option is there to upload objects. Here is an option is there upload. Okay. You can create a folder and we can upload the folder also. Doesn't mean that we can upload the only files. We can upload the folder also. And also create a folder also. We can upload the folder also. Which one? S3. I want to upload the objects. There is an option is there upload. Okay. There is an option is there upload. Okay. You
Yeah.
want to upload the folder, there is an option is there add folder also. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here I just
Oh,
go.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, you can upload the folder also. Here there is an option in there, add files. If you want to upload the files, you can check the add files. If you want a folder, add folder. I just click on the add files here. Just upload a small file. I just uploaded this one. Okay. And if you check in the permissions, all are disabled. Why? Because where ACLs are disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Can we do
is
these permissions per file or no?
these are disabled? Because where ACLs are disabled. If you enable only, you can have permissions.
I meant like individual files.
Yes, yes, exactly, 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 brother.
Hmm.
Here, this is the file, okay, and I just upload, okay, I just upload, okay. You can upload unlimited of objects and unlimited storage. There is no restriction of the object. You can upload unlimited. There is no limit of the object is there. In a single bucket, you can upload unlimited of objects, and a storage limit is not there. Understood?
Yeah.
And now I upload an object here. Click on this object. I just upload an object. You can check this object. Whenever I upload object, then how will you access? This access can be used being only web only. From the web only you can access. It will create an URL or it will create an endpoint. You can check here how it is created. This URL. If you check this URL, how it is created. This is my bucket name. The first thing is what? Java S3 bucket is the my bucket name, and this is the type of service S3, and this is the region name. You can check here. This is the region name. Okay, US is one, and this is the default DNS of the Amazon. Okay, and this is the object name. This object name is screenshot plus two something like that PNG. And how will you access this URL? How will you access this object? By using this endpoint or URL. How the URL created? The URL will be created like a first thing is the bucket name, and second thing is the region name, and third thing is the DNS of the Amazon, and this is the object name. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it or not? Okay. Then how will you access this
Yeah.
one? Just copy this web interface and go here, paste. Then what happens here? What happens? You will get error.
Download.
You get error.
Oh,
Why you get error? Because I am accessing from the internet,
yeah.
from the browser. It is in a private mode. It is in the
Mm, private mode.
so when you access from the browser means it is not a public. How it is a public?
You have to change it.
We need to change it. Okay. Here, this is the thing. Because I am a owner of the bucket, can I access? Yes, I can access. See here. Let's just go to the here. There is an option is there, download option is there. And also one option is there open. Just click on this open. Now I can see the image. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Object can be managed by because of the who are the owner of the bucket. I am the owner of the bucket. Mean that I can access. I have a permission to access also. I can download, I can do anything. Got it? But this object is cannot be accessed for other person. For to access the other like third party, the other person, we need to make bucket as a public and also object also public. Understand?
Yeah.
So that is to create a, by the default, whenever you create a bucket is in the which mode? Private mode. In object is also in private mode. Which one? That bucket is also in private mode. So we will discuss tomorrow how to create publicly bucket and how to create a object public, and also tomorrow we'll discuss about how to host a website using a S3. We'll create a
Okay,
website
sir.
and we're going to host a website using S3. And remaining things we're going to discuss in tomorrow and I think tomorrow is not tomorrow is the thing is I think we'll go for Monday. Huh?
Monday.
Okay, okay. As signing off, I just send this video to you and just go and do this practice or to get a stable bucket. So remaining things I will
Okay.
discuss in next class. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Right.